If we're being honest, WWE Raw is kind of boring at the moment, with little in the way of intrigue anywhere on the card. Predictability is a real problem and surprises are rarer than ever, but it hasn't always been this way. As WWE's flagship show for 25 years, Raw has played host to countless swerves, twists and unexpected moments, because that is how you keep a wrestling audience engaged. Now, in WWE's defense, keeping the audience guessing is super difficult these days when everyone has an internet connection and a Twitter account, which makes keeping secrets an absolute nightmare, but the company do still have a few tricks up their sleeve, as we're about to find out. But enough of the I'm Andy for WhatCulture Wrestling, and here are 10 shocking WWE Raw moments you never saw coming. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding, done. Number 10. The 1-2-3 Kid upsets Razor Ramon on the 17th of May, 1993. Most of us have lived through Sean Waltman's career, so it's hard to appreciate just how stunning his victory over Razor Ramon as the 1-2-3 Kid was back in the day, but it remains a truly iconic moment and one of the best in Raw history. It elevated Kid from jobber to a potential star, and as for Ramon, the loss was one of the most talked about things all year. Yeah, sure, he was embarrassed on the night as a bigger man physically and contextually, but it gave him so much to work with, and it's still among WWE's biggest upsets. Number 9. Steve Austin's Beer Bash from March 22nd, 1999. A lot of Raw moments between 1993 and 99 were telegraphed thanks to WWE taping several shows at once, but not this one. It's still one of the most replayed clips in any historical Raw highlights package. The sight of Steve Austin driving down to the ring in a massive beer truck, pulling out a hose and dousing the McMahons in Coors Light is just bloody iconic. A waste of beer? Maybe, but Coors tastes like your dad's bathwater anyway, and the visual remains etched in wrestling folklore. Number 8. Eric Bischoff's arrival on July 15th, 2002. Say what you will about Eazy-E, yes, he had some questionable business practices, but he was always an awesome performer, even in WWE. After the Monday Night Wars, the idea of Vince McMahon and Bischoff working together was insane, but somehow the chairman made it happen in 2002. The Bish was brought out as Raw's new general manager, with WWE bringing Eric in with epic secrecy. He was smuggled backstage and concealed with a towel, such were the efforts to ensure it stayed secret, and hats off to them, it worked. Number 7. Triple H turns on Seth Rollins from August 29th, 2016. Finn Balor relinquishing the Universal title one night after winning it sucked, but WWE at least came up with a memorable angle to crown the next champion. It was a 4-way battle between Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Big Cass and Roman Reigns. Triple H, who hadn't been seen in months, came out to help his old authority buddy eliminate Reigns, and it looked like he was handing him the belt on a platter, but no. Hunter swerved the world, pedigreeing his former prodigy and allowing Kevin Owens to take the gold. An awesome angle, an awesome moment, and a great way to kick off their WrestleMania feud. Number 6. Braun Strowman flips an ambulance on April 10th, 2017. A beautiful flashback back to the days long before the law of diminishing returns kicked in with Braun Strowman and his inhuman stunt shows, and now, frankly, I'm not sure the monster has ever bettered this. At the heart of his awesome feud with Roman Reigns, Braun flipped a goddamn ambulance. I repeat, Braun, a human being, overturned an ambulance with the big dog inside. Fucking hell. Now look, there was probably some kind of winch system helping him out from the other side, but who bloody cares? The optics were just incredible. Number 5. Jeff Hardy's Swanton from the set, January 14th, 2008. Good old Jeff Hardy, still to this date one of the maddest to ever compete in WWE, and that reputation is down to moments like this. Old Jeffrey has pulled off all manner of insane stunts over the years, and this might be the most outrageous of them all, as he climbed all the way up the Raw set and dived off, hitting Randy Orton with a Swanton bomb. The key is in the danger. Nobody expects a wrestler to risk their life like that, and it had been 7 years since we'd seen Shane McMahon do it at Backlash 2001. God bless these insane lunatics and their blatant disregard for their own bodies. Number 4. Vince McMahon's death on June 11th, 2007. The aftermath of this incident has since come to eclipse its initial shock value as Chris Benoit's death forced WWE to immediately abort the angle, but wow, was this a surprise. As Vince McMahon's limo exploded into a ball of flames at the end of Raw, the wrestling world was enraptured with glorious Hollywood-style special effects creating some startling optics. It even got considerable mainstream coverage, and WWE's stock price dropped afterwards as hordes of investors worked themselves into a shoot and assumed Vince was actually dead. Good one, guys. Number 3, Edge's retirement from April 11th, 2011. Okay, so this is one of the most emotional wrestling retirements ever, and a lot of that comes from the fact that it came completely out of the blue. Edge's speech was glorious and emotional, drawing many a tear in the building and among the viewers at home, with the revelation that his body could no longer cope with the punishment hitting everyone like a ton of bricks. He had just defended the world title against Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania. It seemed like Edge had all the time in the world, but alas. Still, at least he got to go out on top as champion. Number 2, the NITRO simulcast from March 26, 2001. By this point, we all knew that WWE had bought WCW. The deal had gone through 3 days prior, and it was only a matter of time before something happened. But this? Totally unexpected. The last ever Nitro was essentially a grand finale, and it closed with a bomb, as Shane McMahon ended a night of his father's gloating over killing the promotion by revealing that he, not Vince, was the one that owned WCW. It was all beamed live to Raw in a unique simulcast. It was totally awesome, we all shit ourselves, and the fact that it can never truly happen again makes it even more special. And at number 1, the pipe bomb, June 27th, 2011. The summer of Punk petered out, but Chick Magnet Phil's pipe bomb felt like a real paradigm shift as the straight edger sat cross-legged spitting barbs at John Cena, Vince McMahon, WWE's crony corporate hierarchy. It is the greatest worked shoot in wrestling history, a moment so cataclysmic it brought hordes of lapsed fans back in the hope for a better tomorrow. It all led to a perfectly executed moment at Money in the Bank 2011 when Punk seemingly won the WWE Championship as a soon-to-be free agent, and the pipe bomb is something we'll all point to as a critical moment in our fandom forever.